Welcome to the Honor It All podcast. I'm Honor Garrett, your host, and we're here to honor all that is good in the world. Each podcast, I interview top professionals around the globe who are making a difference, impacting lives, and creating positive change. Today, our guest is Jure
Koscak.
Koscak. Thank you. Guys, I did not want to butcher his name. So he's just a beautiful human being. So I may just go by JK. It's easy. But he's known to many as the genuine athlete performance coach. Jure is actually a pro athlete himself, and he helps pro athletes harness their talent and experience a physical, mental, and energetic transformation to completely up-level their game. Jure has an incredible story himself, managing to reach the top ranks of his own sport. However, he witnessed how so many others struggle. And so he went on a quest to figure out how to help athletes overcome doubts and build unshakable confidence. He has done just that. In speaking 5 languages fluently, Jure is able to help people around the globe. Welcome, JK. I'm so excited to have you here today. Welcome.
Thank you, Honor. I honor you and I honor all life, actually. So thank you very much for inviting me and giving me the opportunity and space to express and support.
Well, it's my pleasure. And I just can't wait to get to know you better and our audience to get to know you better. So tell us a little bit about your personal story. Where are you from and a little bit of your background?
Well, my name is Jure. I come from Slovenia. It's the only country that has love in the title. So when I'm living in the Dominican Republic since 2014, and whenever anybody asks me Slovenia in the Spanish version, I say Es Amorenia because love is amor in Spanish. So I call Es Amorenia. Slovenia. I love to emphasize this because it's a really loving country. It has a lot of potential, a lot of world Olympic champions in every sport you can imagine, extremists in alpinism, in skiing from the top highest mountains, peaks that are on the planet. So I'm very fond of where I come from, but I live in the Dominican Republic because I love the sand beach. I love the sun. I love to travel, and I've had enough of 30 years of adapting to winter, minus 15 Celsius. Wow. So I love to ski, but maybe once a few years for a couple of days.
Wow. So you're in the Dominican Republic now. And so tell me what led you to become the genuine athlete coach? What was your journey to get there?
Well, as mentioned, I was living in Slovenia. I was a young, ambitious boy, always playing around. I just mentioned today to a person I talked to, he's a basketball player, how I shoot hoop when I was a young kid on my yard. My dad made homemade basketball hoop, and I was shooting it all the time. I was playing tennis with a plastic racket and a foam ball in the wall of the house. I was playing soccer. I was a goalkeeper. I was an attacker. We made our own net out of curtains. So I was always playing around as a kid. And then at the age of 7, I started to train more professionally in a way, football, soccer, that is in USA. And then after 1 year, I also trained table tennis. I went on a training because I was invited with a flyer of the club. That was in the 80s, end of 80s, 89 or 90, 1990. So I visited that club, and my mom, after a month of me playing table tennis and soccer simultaneously, said, Jure, you come home from the football training all muddy and green. I cannot wash these things off your jerseys and your trousers and your knees and your socks. So please stay with table tennis. So I became a table tennis player.
That is great. What a wonderful story. And you really, rose in the ranks that you were professional, correct?
Yes. As I said, I was ambitious. I began training quite early with the age of 10 or 11, already twice per day. So school in the morning, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then training, and then lunch, and then training in the evening once again as a young kid, as a teenager. And I was in a national team already with my 14 years of age, playing international tournaments. And this is how my quest for this mental, spiritual energy, livelihood actually began, because I saw that it's not enough just to train and poke that white table tennis ball all the time and to be successful. It takes much more. So I began to read books that my mom had on self-confidence, on self-awareness. I began to research.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, tell me exactly, like, how do you work with athletes? What is your process?
It's the same process as I had through my career, actually, but very shortened, because this is what coaches or mentors or trainers do. They give you a thing that's shortened of their own path, of their own journey. So it's the self-awareness, it's the path of knowing who you are first, why you get agitated or triggered with some things, when, how to block it, how to unblock it, how to unleash yourself, how to completely activate yourself. So all these fundamentals that are very much still in 2021, still undisclosed or hidden or pushed, cast away, because don't deal with that now. You need to train now, coaches say. And I'm all, because life is everything. It's not spiritual, it's not mental, and then it's training. It's all one thing. You cannot say that your body, now you're eating, then you're drinking, it's separated. No, it's your body, it's your life. So I equate everything with everything.
That's beautiful. And it's so true. I think everyone gets wrapped up today, and you just need to perform, perform, perform. Just keep practicing, practicing, practicing. And so many people
work hard. Yeah, that's working hard, like
over. And there's something beautiful about really knowing your body and knowing when
your mind and everything. Yeah.
So, well, tell me, like, how is your process different than what someone else is doing? Because I saw some of your things, and I love the hidden secrets about the organs and all the other things that you're doing. What's different?
Well, this is the basis of, first of all, knowing yourself. I do an evaluation. We'll touch that a bit later. And that evaluation, the archetype through numbers, numerology, not to change the name, just to have a certain aspects of the character, is connected with traditional Chinese medicine. And traditional Chinese medicine is traditional. Forget about the Chinese, forget about the medicine. It's like 4,000 years of wisdom, of experience, of knowledge. And we all have not just our veins and arteries, we have our meridians. And so, like, it's sort of energetical pathways that are in our body. And forget about the chakras and all the things. Forget about them saying, because a lot of athletes are like scared of these words. But this is life. This is what you feel. This is what you sense. And I tapped into these things as a young kid already, doing yoga at the age of 15. Yoga more of stretching and just relaxing, as in being a yogi. But that gave me another aspect and how to breathe with diaphragm and with my nose, not just to exhale and inhale like a crazy maniac through mouth. So in that sense, I know that I bring something to the table and to an athlete that they haven't seen before, and that I tell them exactly, look, you're angry and this is connected to your liver, per se, or you're worried and this is connected to your lungs. And then we come to terms, and I've had more than 1,000 clients in the past 11 years. And I've talked regarding the archetype to more than 6,000 people in the last 11 years. And they always confirm, yeah, I have an asthma. And I say, yes, you have asthma because you worry a lot. And this is how we get together and aligned in what I say in my world and their world. And I like to use, so if I talk with an equestrian, I use the language of that person that rides horses. If I talk to a swimmer, I use that language to find the analogy that they can tap into themselves, because it's not about me. I don't want to talk about me. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about the athletes. I want to talk about what brings them the performance, the peak performance, the excelling in performance, and how they can live, because it's not just about the performance and just about the sport. So this is what I've tapped into through many experience myself as an athlete and then as a coach.
Well, what I think is beautiful about your approach is there some feedback right there?
No.
I'm sorry. I was getting a little feedback. I think what's beautiful about what you do is that you you tap into the person, the whole person. And what people don't always understand is that it isn't just the performance, it's every aspect of their life. And so I think that's beautiful how you really are getting back to the basics of what has been around forever, but people have gotten away from it. And it's so powerful and effective, and you get results. So, and I wanted to ask you this question because I always hear people about getting in the zone. So what does that mean? And what does that mean to you? I know it means, things are going well, but is there something particular you do to help athletes get in the zone?
The zone, hard work, focus, these terms and these words are overemphasized because of the competition, because of the society, because of the sponsorship, because of where we live in and how the world is, and it's changing since last year, thankfully. We need to completely readapt, regenerate, and rejuvenate ourselves. And people are coming back to the that sense of sanity. In our country, we say have a healthy farmer's mind. Like a healthy farmer would think about things practically, effectively. Don't complicate, don't over exaggerate, because if you talk a lot about the zone, it brings out the other side, like the devil and the angel. It brings out why you are not in the zone. And when you put focus there, you're not in the zone. So the zone is to let go, to unbecome, to unleash, to literally unleash. I've heard as an athlete, and I didn't know these terms, a lot of times my teammates told me, just let your hand off the chain, just play. And it's not just play, be crazy, but go into that channel. And I've talked to a lot of children about this, a lot of tennis players as well. If you have weak strings, you cannot play good. If you have two tens, they will break. So you also, like young children now, children already are searching for the Wi-Fi with the cell phone. So under which signal you are, if you are under weak signal or under strong signal. And these are fundamentals that if you want to be in the zone, you need to be under strong, not Wi-Fi, but live in the zone, performance, elite, peak signal. And those signals have certain traits and requirements of you to be in the body, of you to perform like that. And it's training. This is what training is about. It's not about, I want to win, but what's the journey? Who are you becoming? And then the zone is a consequence. I can be in the zone now. I can be in the zone when I'm swimming. I can be in the zone when I'm walking with my dogs. We're always in the zone. It's a sort of a meditation and different levels. So a lot of people are in the zone, but then we interfere because of the fear, because of lack of something, and because of these things that I then touch with the archetype and with the organs explanation, that then you begin to understand where you interfere in this signal. It's like you find the best radio signal and then you begin to touch it, and you, instead of 99.1, the best radio, you put it 99.2, and you're like, wow, what's wrong with this interference? Yeah, well, you touched the wrong button. Don't touch the buttons. There you have the zone. The zone is there. And then, of course, the more you have the knowledge, the more you can cope with, the more you activate your sanity, and the more you learn, the more parents and coaches contribute to this shaping, molding of a young athlete, the better we have the athletes and the better life is. Because I was a fluke. I was an angry boy. I was throwing tantrums here and there. I was breaking table tennis rackets that were made out of very strong wood and carbon. I broke them literally because I was having this built up energy that I couldn't transform or shift or direct into the good, positive outcome. So I was boiling in myself. That's what it brought me to research and find this zone. And for me, the zone was a lot of times just saying one word or one sentence to me. Jure, just give me the ball. Like to the opponent. I wasn't saying it out loud, but I was thinking it. Just give me the ball. Just do it. Just move, Jure. And when I was in that pattern of just do it, I was cleaning the clutter out, and I was in that channel that I was performing. Even if I lost, I sat down and I said, wow, you played amazing. Continue. If I won, even better. But the goal is to have that journey, because you can win, you can lose. And if you play lousy and you are worried all the time and you win, it doesn't pay back. You suffer because you hurt yourself. You get sick.
Wow. Well, is there anything that you're really proud of that you want to share with our audience of maybe just someone you've worked with or something that you've overcome or helped someone else overcome?
That's a good question and a big question because so many things have happened to me, myself, and to the people that I work with a lot of non-athletes as well. Amazing stories of resilience, of endurance, of really unleashing and becoming that unconditional person, coming out of those conditions. So I myself, I've changed my skin as I don't know which animal changes the skin, but many, many times because I was outgrowing the old patterns and the old habits. I still have, and I still deal with life, of course, but I needed to change so many times. And that's what I'm proud of. That's what I honor. That's what I'm humble of, because the higher you go, the more you understand and the more quieter you become, because you know how much it is to deal with and how many programs are lurking from the back, the demons and everything, the fear. So I'm proud of listening to my heart, to my soul, sometimes literally my heart, the heartbeat that I listen to. The thing is that heartbeat sometimes may give different signals because it's just preparing your body to go into something that's not aware of. That's the tremor or the anxiety can also be positive. So I'm proud that I went through all these shit moments, excuse me for the expression, because it was so much that wanted to drag, to break me, to bring me back and downward. And I managed to pull through, to break through and help other people and become aware of it, because a lot of people are successful and they are not aware of it. They even don't acknowledge it. And to to not be arrogant, be humble. That's something that I'm aware of the most. And every day I'm not diminishing myself, but staying humble in that aspect, because that's how I can be genuine, authentic, and in that way I can present the most powerful energy. And that's what I give to athletes that have come to top 100. Some have won the championships, the world championships. I work with some judo, with some tennis players that were really good, with some football players that were playing some lowest leagues, and then they went to play on the best leagues in Europe. Not the best, not in France and Germany, but second best, but they are there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have. And it's not me. I was just the transistor, the transmitter, the vessel that I went for me, and I could manage to share it and give it forward, pay it forward, and they did. Everybody does it for themselves. Just somebody guides us like a GPS.
That's beautiful. And you obviously have a gift. And the wonderful gift is that you're able to help people not only see their vision and the goal they have, but that they're also be able to receive it. And I think a lot of times you find that even though an athlete wants something so badly, there's a part of them that doesn't think they deserve it.
Or that they need to suffer in order to deserve it.
Right. So I'm sure those are some blocks that you definitely have to deal with. And I also saw that, have you worked with the US Open?
No, I was with my girlfriend. She's a tennis coach. She's a former WTA ITF pro player. And we met in 2010. We were friends for several years, 7 years. And we became close in a way. And then in 2017, we became a couple. Already prior to that, we cooperated. She was a tennis coach in academies in Germany. And I helped her working with kids on mentality, on yoga, on breathing, on meditation, on energy, clarity. So then with my girlfriend in 2018, we went and we participated the Women's Tennis Coaching Association. So coaches that coach only female ladies in tennis. And it's Sarah Stone. She's the president. She's from Australia. And she organized this beautiful association. They have a lot of members already. And in 2018, we joined that association on a conference in Roland Garros in Paris, where we introduced our numerology archetype method that we use in teaching children, because you know their name, their birth date, and you know what are they scared of and where you need to add more of the yang or more of the yin in that sense. because what's too much you need to take away, and vice versa. And then as well, we followed on into the US Open, the Grand Slam in US Open in New York, where there was another conference of this WTCA association, and we participated there as well. And we introduced some of our things that we do.
Oh, that's great. Well, tell our audience, like, what does it look like to work with you? If somebody was interested, or there are athletes out there, or they know somebody who could use your help, what does your program look like? What does it look like to work with you?
Well, first of all, they need to do a handstand, 5 minutes on one hand, and then they need to climb the Mount Everest in, let's say, 3 days. That's a joke. So as you see, I like to bring fun into everything, because I was a very too much serious guy. I was making serious things out of serious things, and I was worried because I was worried because I was worried, and angry because I was angry, and I've had enough of it. So in that sense, I give that clarity, and I give that mind uncluttering and the unconditional vibe, because athletes, they have a lot of conditions. I had a condition if I needed to have good socks. Nothing wrong with having good socks. You need to have good socks, but if they were not as good as I couldn't play. People are playing barefoot everywhere. So stop complaining and start playing. It's about the play. It's about enjoying. It's about living. It's not everything about the trophies. So this is what I bring, the mentality for life, the chip for life, not just to achieve some things, the trophies, all good, achieve them, get a voice. So in that sense, I guide athletes to have that platform to grow in life in general, to have mentality, cope with whatever comes in life as a challenge, as an adversity, that you have the programming, that you have the resilience and the right response that's necessary. Because athletes, let's face it, for me, they are the best breed there is, because they go through a lot of things. That's why so many are successful afterwards, after their careers, in whatever area. Maybe not so politics, but okay. So because my goal is that athletes begin to thrive and live, and then show it, and then share it with society, and that they have the impact, they have the voice. Nobody likes to listen to politicians or business people. They like to listen to athletes who've gone through adversity and challenges, and who've spat their blood and sweat and everything. That's authentic, that's genuine. That's why I don't see myself as a genuine athlete. I promote genuinity in a person in that sense. And that's what I'm activating in athletes, in what they work together with me, that do the meditation, that get these videos that are pre-recorded, the fundamentals about breathing, Bruno's about understanding what is addiction for dopamine, for PlayStation, HBox, and things. All the complaining goes away. It's like a lot of things get cleared away because they get this channel, this flow.
That's amazing. So how do people find you?
They can find me at genuine.athlete on Instagram. On Facebook, I'm Jure Ko, knockout. I shortened my last name. And I will send you some links that you can share, of course, with the audience. And they are most welcome to touch the type form and fill in their data details, that I can then share them, create and send them their video, specific video, that they will be amazed. Everyone is amazed by the video that I create regarding the archetype, regarding the organs. I like to share the PDF that you mentioned, the hidden secrets in organs. We have 5 internal organs.
That was
amazing.
That was amazing. Your content is really amazing. And I want to tell the audience, I was so impressed with everything that I received and learning about Jure. And wow, I was like, this is so cool. So if you guys are thinking of it, you should reach out, because he's got a lot to offer. And I will put everything in the notes in the podcast, or on YouTube, or wherever you're watching this right now. You will be able to go below and find all the information to contact Jure. And I want to ask JK, because I keep messing the name up, because I wish I could speak fluently in all these different languages. But what is one piece of advice that you would give and that you'd like to share with our audience? There's somebody out there really struggling with their sport right now, or maybe just even in their life?
Struggle the best. The more you struggle, the more you are in struggle, the more you can smile. Because you know how it says in Bible, if you believe in that religion or whatever you read or whatever you believe in, struggle is the challenge, is the adversity that you grow through, that you become stronger. And struggle for me was something that I am so grateful and so honoring the struggle that I had in my life. And actually I created majority, I think most of them from my mind, because I needed something to go wrong in order to learn. Otherwise, for me, everything was fluent and okay. If I would have just stayed, but no, we all have issues. We all have genes and programs and society conditions and our own conditions and ego patterns and stuff. So if you're struggling, smile. Take a long inhale, at least 5 seconds, not more. Hold it for a bit and exhale as much as you can, even if for 10 seconds or 15. And smile, because life is loving you. The more struggle you are in, the stronger you are becoming. So it's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you need some point of information, some light, some guidance, some GPS that will then ignite and activate. And through struggle, you grow. And I've grown myself, and that I can share now. I've gathered my skill set and my abilities that have come out of these struggles that I myself created. But even if I created or somebody else or whatever, whatnot, not to blame anyone or anything, but it was there for me. That's life of school of life, life of school. So accept it, embrace the struggle, really literally hug the struggles. When you begin to hug, when I was beginning to understand all of my adversities and challenges and struggles that I was struggling, I said, what if I'm having this situation in order that I can be able to help others? And I said, wow, of course, at the beginning, it was only 1 second aha moment. But then now I don't struggle. I just say, in the first instance that I have a situation, I have a struggle, I said, okay. And this aha and moment is on and on because I know that I am here living to be in service for others. You are going through some things in life as an athlete because you will have to have those things to then be able to explain it to others and to share and to bring someone else out of the darkness. So go on. I support you. Have more struggle if necessary.
That the mic drop. Boom. That's amazing, because you're right. If we see life is happening for us instead of to us, it's like, this is a gift. This is an opportunity, like you said, to grow and to help others. And isn't that what life is about? So you are just such a blessing. I'm so excited to have had the chance to talk with you and let our audience know about you. And if anyone is watching this right now, share this with everyone you know, because Jure has so much wisdom and he's helped so many people. And I think that's his true heart, is to help others. So Jure, I really appreciate you being here today. And is there anything else you want to add before we go?
Thank you, honor, and let's honor the unconditional energy, unconditional love. Really tap into, and you'll see life will be very amazing and very much different as we are seeing now in this age that's happening. This is just the transformation that we're in, and I'm very happy that we are in this situation. Although, with all respect, some people are going through really hardship and hard things, but this is how, we get molded and we grow.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. You have given us so much wisdom and so much to think about. And everyone, make sure you check the links below and reach out, even if it's just to say hello and let Jure know how much you appreciate him today. And I just send blessings to everyone, and you all have a wonderful day.